Hey guys, Mayflom here, and today I'm going to be showing you a material. It's not a new material, but it's a new to my channel material. It's not something we've covered yet, and that is craft vinyl. Now it comes in many different colors. You also have to be careful because some of them, like this one here, you can just apply wherever you like. Some of them have to be heat set. Some of them have to have certain things done. So it's important to note if you're going to get into vinyl, what kind of vinyl you're getting. Is it good for indoor, outdoor use, just indoor? There's lots of different things, lots of different types. So be careful of that. What I want to do here is I want to put big ideas on my little notebook here. And I was debating different materials, and I'll be honest, I just don't feel like getting out glue today. I want it quick, I want it easy. So with my ScanNCut here, I'm going to turn it on and I'm going to get this going. So this is just something that I sketched out myself. You could use a font, you could use built-in designs, you can use anything you want. And over, in the future, you'll see more vinyl ideas from me, and I will share other ones. So to get started, you just want to turn on your machine, open it up, and pull out a mat. Get your mat lined up here and press right here. There's a little button. Press, there we go. And then I'm just placing onto my mat, I'm just placing this on. We're going into scan. Remember, we've got two different kinds of scanning. Direct cut means I want you to cut out what's on the mat. Scan to cut data means I want to make a cut file. That's what I want to do. I want to make a cut file. It's in black and white mode. That's fine. If you don't want grayscale, you could go full color. Since this is black on white, that's fine. And say start, let it scan. Once it is scanned, it'll pop up. We're going to tell it how we would like it to recognize. Do we want it inside and out? Do we want just the outside? We have different options. We can also go like so and bring it all the way in here, so that all the other stuff, and let's say preview. And this is where we can get into how we want it to look. Now, if I go like that, what's gonna happen, and I kind of knew this was gonna happen, if we zoom in here, we can see, because I don't have a super solid pen line, the machine is seeing some jagged lines inside my letters, because I did not, and I'll show you, the machine is very sensitive. So in here, there's some lighter areas. There's some areas I went over 3 times, some I only went over once. It picks it all up, but it's okay. Don't worry. There's 2 options. Number 1, if I just go back over my letters, I can fix that. I can also try ignoring object size. And I'm going to just click this a few times until I see things going away. Now, if I keep doing this, the other thing I can do, if that's not working and I'm thinking, oh, okay, you know what, that's making too much go away. The other thing I can do is hit this button to change how light or how dark, how much it's picking up. Now I'm showing you this instead of just showing it to you going perfect, because I know that a lot of times when you're scanning something in and it's not just super clear cut, maybe it's hand sketched, maybe it's got a lot of different colors, I want you to know how you can fix it, how you can alter it. Now this does sometimes take a minute, as you can see. And sometimes that's a really good thing. Sometimes it's, you go one way or go the other. You can again repeat and preview it. If that works, and I'm going to zoom in here because it kind of looks like it did. Okay, so I'll just double check. You see how it cleaned it all up? Now it's not recognizing my little teeny tiny dot. That's okay. I'm not worried about that. But look how it cleaned everything up just so, and now everything is the way I want it. That's perfect. So what I'm going to do is say, okay. I'm going to say, okay, and I'm going to save this. I'm going to save it to the machine since I'm already here and going. And okay, the next thing I'm going to do is hit home button to get out of the scanning mode. And I've got my piece of vinyl that I've cut out that I'm just placing on and pressing onto my mat. Now if we go into pattern, save data, right here on the machine, there is my big ideas. There it is. So what I can do is I'll say okay, and then I'll go right here to edit. This little button is going to select all the pieces. I'm going to say okay. And this button right here is going to unify, which means it'll now move everything as one piece. So I can move the entire thing over here where I want it to cut out. And if I wanted to, at this point, if I needed to make it a little bigger, I could certainly do that. I'm also going to take my blade and I'm going to adjust it all the way down to just about 2. Somewhere between 1.5 and 2 has done really well. If you're not sure, you need to do a test cut. That's always my suggestion. There we go. Okay, okay. It's that easy. We can now cut. Now from here, there are different approaches. Now with iron-on material, such as the glitter material, I find usually there are different ways that you could go about this. Usually what I will do is just pull it off and apply directly. I don't do that with vinyl very often unless it's a very, very small shape, like if I have a very small star, for example. Because what I'm finding is the vinyl is a little more prone to warp, or it's a little more prone to have issue. So what I do instead is the opposite, which is to remove all of the parts. And I'm just kind of going around and checking that everybody's cut through nicely. Now you want to move nice and slowly for a couple reasons. Number one, you want to make sure if somewhere it didn't quite cut, like right there, there's a little spot. And by moving slowly, what tends to happen is I can either just pluck right off, or if you needed to, you could cut it off. Now I try to minimize the waste. That is the one thing I don't like about doing it in this way, is that you do have a little bit of waste. Not a lot, but I'm so used to with my ScanNCut. Most of the materials I work with, there's almost no waste just because you can keep putting scraps back in. But with the vinyl, what I've been finding is it's worth it to do it this way for anything that's not tiny, anything that's not like a 1/2 inch or a 1 inch star or a heart or some basic shape. It's worth it to do it this way, because what I found was there was some bubbling up or distortion. The vinyl is a very thin material, so you don't want to be messing with it. Now, what you can mess with is right now, if I didn't love the way this was positioned, like I want to change how my letters are. Right here on this paper, it's a slick paper that this is on, so nothing will stick permanently. So I can move stuff around if I wanted to move around where I have my different words. If I wanted to put things in a different position, I can. Once I'm ready though, this is so easy, you guys. I love this. There's so many applications for this too. So this is transfer paper. I've got a roll of it here. You can use it again and again and again. And what I have been doing is I've actually not been taking it all the way off. In this case, I'm going to just do the big. So you lay it down, and it is adhesive, and you rub it all over. You can use a stylus or a spatula or something, cross spatula there. For this, because it's a pretty simple design, there's not a lot of intricate detail, it's pretty easy. You pick it up like so, all right? Now, what I like about that is if I'm working on stuff, I could close it. It's safe. It's not going anywhere. But when you're ready to commit, you can put it wherever it is that you'd like to have it. And then just repeat the process of nicely rubbing. Now, one thing I will caution you on, sometimes this transfer paper, if it's a sensitive material, so like I was trying this on cardstock, and it was a or it wasn't a cardstock, it was like a handmade paper, and it was very like, I don't know what the word I want to use is, maybe pulpy. It was very fuzzy, and it ripped off a lot of that surface. So this is a nice smooth notebook. I know that's not going to be a problem. I just bring that up because, you know, this is my first vinyl post here. I'm excited that I'm finally jumping in this arena. I really didn't think I would use it a lot, but now that I've been working with it, I'm actually finding so many uses for it, and I'm having a lot of fun with that. I know I was talking about I could make custom stickers for my car. There's so many things I could do, and it's so easy. And I'm just using my finger because these basic shapes and this surface, it really doesn't need me to do a lot. If it's sticking, what I'll do is kind of roll it up and just kind of give it a press if it doesn't want to let go of my transfer paper. There we go. Big ideas. I love it. And then this can be used and reused. This I can have as is. It's on there. It's a vinyl sticker on there. ready to go. I can have this as is. I could do some mixed media techniques. I could do some other techniques. I could do whatever I wanted. I wanted it to be real plain. I just wanted it to be clear that this is an idea book, so I can jot down all kinds of fun ideas in here. This is just one way. I know there are so many, and I've got several more on deck for you in upcoming months. I'd love to hear if you play with vinyl and cut out things for crafting or home decor. I don't know, stickers for your own car, whatever you might be doing with it. I'd love to hear about it. So feel free to leave me a comment, let me know, and I will see you next time.